You should always advocate for yourself. Be a voice for yourself. You should never let what somebody else did ruin or run your life.
Blue Ivy has released a statement following Jay-Z's sexual assault lawsuit, and even 50 Cent is concerned about what Jay-Z might be doing to his own daughter, who is the same age as her. The lawsuit alleges that Jay-Z and Diddy Combs were at an after-party for the MTV Video Music Awards in New York City. The woman claims that Jay-Z and Diddy were present at the party, and she was handed a drink that made her lose consciousness. When she woke up, Diddy and Jay-Z were inside the building, where she recognized many celebrities and talked to several of them. The plaintiff accepted a drink from one of the waitresses, which tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. After drinking just a portion of the drink, she began to feel woozy and elated, making her need to lie down. A photograph of an exemplar container used by Combs and his Agent SL employees to insert GHB into alcoholic drinks is included in the lawsuit. The plaintiff claims that soon after entering the room, Combs entered the room along with defendant Carter and a female celebrity, Celebrity B. Combs aggressively approached the plaintiff, grabbed her, and threw her toward a wall. She stumbled, and Combs grabbed her again and threw her on the bed. Carter began removing her clothes as she grew more disoriented. He then vaginalied the plaintiff while Carter and Celebrity B watched. Combs then knocked the plaintiff down and attempted to force her to perform oral sex on him. The details of this case are horrifying, as several celebrities were present in the room while the 13-year-old minor was being raped, and no one stepped in to help her. There are reports that many of the celebrities at Diddy's parties actually facilitated the incident and helped Diddy escape. Tony Busby, the attorney for Jay-Z, has been criticized for his relationship with Sean Carter, a longtime friend and collaborator. The complaint suggests that Jay-Z was not only present or participated in this alleged crime, but also for other instances. This raises questions about whether he could face more lawsuits if these allegations are true. The complaint also mentions that Combs and Carter were not just occasional collaborators in the music industry, but developed a close friendship that has been well documented from the late 1990s to the present. They attended countless music industry events, including the 2000 Video Music Awards in New York City, where they hosted an after-party for many famous celebrities in the music and entertainment industries, including Carter. The complaint alleges that Jay-Z started a harassment campaign against a celebrity named Carter, who was identified in the original complaint as a celebrity. Before filing an amended complaint, Carter received a letter from the plaintiff's counsel requesting mediation to resolve the matter. Jay-Z responded by filing a frivolous lawsuit and orchestrating a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, and intimidation against the plaintiff's lawyers, their families, employees, and former associates. This effort was meant to scare and discredit her counsel, but it failed. An exclusive interview with the woman revealed that she is autistic and still suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder. Her lawyer, Tony Busby, claims that the woman is willing to submit to a polygraph and has doctor's reports that indicate she started having seizures after the assault took place. She has currently filed the case anonymously and is prepared to testify. The 38-year-old mother from Alabama who has filed a lawsuit accusing Diddy Combs and Jay-Z of rapping her when she was 13 years old speaks out to NBC News for the first time. She asks not to reveal her identity and shares her story of suffering a head injury at the 2000 VMAs and speaking to musicians Benji Madden and his brother. She also talks about her tattoo, The Last Supper, which she has a religious background. Combs and Carter took turns writing her while a female celebrity watched Jay-Z come in. After the incident, she ran to a gas station and called her father, who picked her up and drove her home. They wrote home in silence, not asking what happened or where she was. In conclusion, the complaint alleges that Jay-Z and Carter orchestrated a harassment campaign against the plaintiff, resulting in the plaintiff's legal battle. The woman's story serves as a reminder to advocate for oneself and never let others dictate her life. Jay-Z rejected a lawsuit against him and the victim, claiming innocence and threatening to pursue anyone who dares to stand up against him. Multiple sources, including Jaguar Wright, Gene Deal, and Tony Busby, have claimed that there are hundreds of victims ready to come forward. This could lead to an isolated one-off case for Jay-Z to defend or a more serious situation for him. Jay-Z has been working with victims of the Carters who are ready to come forward, which may help them feel more confident. However, everyone in the backdrop knew that he was the celebrity, and everyone knew that he was involved in the allegations. Beyoncé's husband, Piers Morgan, knows exactly who he is and is aware of his actions. Tony Busby posted a statement on Twitter stating that he had hundreds of other victims willing to file a lawsuit. Jaguar Wright also stated that Jay-Z is trying to intimidate victims because he knows what happened to Diddy with Cassie Ventura, and might happen to him too. There are even reports that Diddy is asking Jay-Z to crush the victim, and any evidence used against Jay-Z will be admissible against Diddy. In the words of his own bodyguard, Diddy and Jay-Z are two sides of the same coin. Diddy used to hate Jay-Z enough when he tried to get Jay-Z to go at him. In the early 2000s, Ashler Kushner and his friend Puff dated Jay-Z, and they met up at the Credential Center in New York. They were talking about something amongst themselves and laughing and joking with each other. Over the years, they had garden parties, which could indicate that people in power gave the ring to Diddy, and Jay was next in line to separate him. However, Jay-Z is known for being low-key and sneaky, and word was runes out, making it difficult for him to separate himself from Diddy. This situation highlights the growing scrutiny and questioning surrounding Jay-Z's actions and the potential consequences for those who may come forward. In a recent episode of Big Boy TV, 50 Cent expressed his belief that Jay-Z is trying to silence victims by using a statement that was worded in a way that would intimidate and threaten anyone who tried to file a suit against him. The accusation involves Jay-Z and Diddy, as well as a teenage 13-year-old girl. The statement was written by a lawyer, and it seemed to get aggressive at times. 50 Cent also mentioned that he is part of the culture and is trying to stay on top of everything. He is currently in Dre's studio with Dr. and is trying to stay out of trouble. Meanwhile, a woman named Naz Rowe was not allowed to join a club where she was speaking out about certain people, leading to her being called to the police. Jay-Z sent Pierce Morgan Beyond a cease and desist order and made a public apology. It is now becoming dangerous for many people, and it is important to be cautious when doing what you do. One mystery remains: who the woman watching Jay-Z and Diddy was. And if she remembers her face, it is likely that she did not. There are hints that could prove who it was, such as being present during another party and being seen by another victim who is always around Jay-Z and would never snitch on him. In conclusion, 50 Cent believes that Jay-Z is trying to silence victims and intimidate those who try to file a lawsuit against him. Beyoncé and Jay-Z, real name Sean Carter, have been at risk due to allegations of sexual assault and blackmail. Texas attorney Tony Busby filed an amended complaint on behalf of a Jane Doe who claims she was sexually assaulted by Coles and Carter when she was just 13 years old at a VMA's after-party in 2000. The original complaint mentioned celebrity A and B as being present for, and even celebrity A participating in the alleged assault. Now, celebrity A has been identified as Jay-Z, who has adamantly denied anything like that ever happening. He has accused Tony Busby of extortion, saying that Busby's attempts to get celebrities to pay out huge sums of money in exchange for not being named in civil lawsuits with what he claims are false allegations amounts to blackmail. Jay-Z is believed to be the John Doe who recently filed the lawsuit against Tony Busby, anonymously claiming extortion and intentional emotional distress. Tony Busby has already explained the situation, saying that Jay-Z is trying to get the spotlight off of him and that he would show everyone just how powerful he really was. Jay-Z is staying on the offensive, going after not only the attorney who filed the lawsuit against him and Diddy, but also the accuser. He has filed a new motion this morning to level the playing field with the accuser. A woman who had filed a lawsuit against Diddy back in October alleging that he had her at a VMA after-party in 2001, she was only 13 years old. She allegedly was given a drink and felt woozy. And there was a male celebrity who was unnamed at the time and a female celebrity. The unnamed celebrity was now named, and she and her attorney, Tony Busby, refiled the lawsuit on Sunday. Jay-Z's response to the allegations is straightforward: no one has made any threats. And his firm sent a standard man letter seeking a mediation on behalf of a woman who alleges Jay-Z sexually assaulted her. This approach is common in these types of cases, and the New York Times contacted the woman to ask for her response to Jay-Z's allegations. The evidence against Jay-Z and Diddy is the tapes that Diddy recorded, which he thought he would use as blackmail if anyone tried to expose him. However, after the raids on his mansion last year, it looks like those same tapes are now going to land him behind bars. The speaker has made numerous allegations against the two celebrities, but they are not expected to turn over the documents they have. They have a hearing to determine what documents will be turned over and what documents they do not have. The speaker mentioned that they can back up their allegations with actual factual footage, but they need to go to another courthouse. The speaker mentioned that they can discuss the flash drive that was on the flash drives, which is Kim Porter's book. They believe that Jay-Z and Diddy are the ringleaders in a dangerous sex trafficking ring that involves politicians, celebrities, athletes, and even corporate leaders. They plan to name people in lawsuits without doing due diligence, as these allegations are hurtful to people if they are not true. The speaker anticipates that they will start filing lawsuits. Possibly not big names at first, but a long list of names. They want to do as much due diligence as humanly possible before filing the case, as public filings are in fact public in the United States. When you name someone in a lawsuit, the press will pick it up, and they are aware of that. Some shocking allegations against Jay-Z and Diddy include a minor who was told by Shan Combs that he would make him a star, but needed a visit with him in private about it away from his parents once they were in a private area. Another incident involved a 15-year-old girl being taken into a private room in the presence of Mr. Combs, where she was given one drink in the SUV and then woke up the next day with pain and damage to her vagina and anus. She went to the hospital missing her underwear and shoes. Another instance involved a 26-year-old girl attending a group dinner with Shan Combs in Miami, who was not drinking because she was pregnant. She woke up in the same bed again, allegedly with Mr. Combs in his mansion in Miami. Her vagina and anus torn and sore. The speaker's thoughts on these shocking allegations against Jay-Z and Diddy are that the victims will finally get justice, or that the power and influence of these celebrities will silence the truth.